Hey everybody, welcome to Mainely Movies. The official teaser trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever was released last weekend during Marvel's panel at San Diego Comic-Con. As part of my press coverage of SDCC, I actually had the opportunity to be there. So full disclosure, I already saw this trailer when it premiered in Hall H. But I could not talk about a new Marvel trailer, so I figured an actual trailer reaction would be better late than never. We had a lot of huge announcements during Marvel's panel last Saturday, but the Black Panther segment and trailer capped it all off, and were certainly among the most anticipated panels of the day by Hall H attendees. Due to a whole variety of events and losses since the first film's release, there were a lot of unknown variables when it came to the sequel. So let's check out this trailer. So we've got our Bob Marley cover here. It definitely seems like throughout this this trailer and throughout this movie, we're gonna get a lot more within Wakanda, different areas of Wakanda. So that seems to be the kind of the angle they're going. I think this transition in the trailer is pretty interesting. Kind of has that sort of the Wakanda sort of classic thing, and transitions into this more modern music, more modern look of everything. And of course we get that that Black Panther claw there. So we got November here. So this one's coming up, and yeah, I'm really curious about this one. This was a movie, Black Panther. I enjoyed Black Panther. I know this is like, huge for a ton of people, right? Like this is like, I know, tops the list or close to the top of the MCU list for a lot of people. It's not quite that high up for me, but I still enjoy the movie. And so I was kind of interested in seeing more Black Panther, more from Wakanda. And then obviously with Chadwick Boseman and, his death and kind of what that did to everything. I mean, not just the movie, not just MCU, but everybody and everything. It was, didn't know what was going to happen with this, or if it was going to happen with this second movie. And so, I know they already had a story ready to go for the second Black Panther movie, and then redid everything. They kind of went from scratch and restarted to create this one very quickly. So, there was always kind of this, not concern, but just, questioning of like what this movie was going to end up being. And with the name, right, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, it seemed like they were going to lean more into that Wakanda side of things, less a Black Panther story and more about this nation, basically, right? This area and all the different regions, all the different groups within Wakanda, and kind of all of that, which I think is kind of interesting. We don't really have an equivalent of that in any other superhero movie, let alone any other MCU movie, because Wakanda is a very unique place and unique kind of thing within the MCU. And so I think exploration of that, and it seems like we've got, you know, maybe some issues between these different groups within Wakanda. We had a little bit of that in the first Black Panther, but it seems like there's going to be more of that here. Again, I don't read the comics, so I know people were very excited about these characters popping up. I can't give you that excitement just because I don't know who these new characters are, really, or what they mean for the story. I'll be able to give you that kind of reaction after the movie comes out, and I can review it for you, and I've seen it, but, so I know a lot of people were very excited about, Riri. Much of the group I was at Comic-Con with were psyched for Riri. But I'm curious here. We don't have a ton of story. This is just a teaser, very emotionally driven, teaser. It seems like Wakanda, and obviously kind of us as well, are still reeling from the loss of Black Panther, or for us, Chadwick Boseman, for them, T'Challa. It's interesting. It seems like they kind of built that right into the story, which I wasn't sure if they were going to do, but it seems like that's what they're leaning into. But it's very emotional, we've got these different characters, that he interacted with and was kind of part of, right? His mother, the queen, right? And we've got his sister, and we've got all these other people that, the maybe not rivals, but the other leaders from these other groups within Wakanda. And so there's a lot going on here, but obviously we don't really know much about it yet, just from the fact that this was a teaser. But I'm interested. I'm very curious about this movie. I was a little, I wasn't really sure where they were going to go with things, but it seems like taking this more Wakanda-centric and kind of broader approach seems like it could be interesting. And of course we've got the very end, right? One of those last shots, we've got somebody in the Black Panther suit with the claw hand. We discussed this a lot at Comic-Con afterwards. It could be anybody, right? But it seemed like a very feminine form in there, so I think kind of our little group consensus was that we think it's probably Shuri in the suit, but it could be anybody. And I think the fact that they don't necessarily reveal it here, I hope they don't reveal who it is in any of the trailers leading up to this, because I suspect that might be part of the story, right? Like the mystery behind who's in the suit could play into it, right? That that Black Panther or somebody in the Black Panther suit is kind of helping things or doing something, and nobody knows who it is, and then it's going to be this big reveal at the end, is what I suspect, and like I said, what the Cinemania World group, podcast group that I went with, we were all kind of discussing. Everybody had different theories, but I think that was kind of something we could all agree on, at least as to what we might expect from this. But I'm really curious. That alone, the mystery behind who's in the suit, I think is compelling enough. And then obviously we've got this emotional side and the Wakanda exploration side. So I'm interested. I'm curious to see kind of how this one goes. So that's just my take on this teaser trailer, but what about you? Are you excited for our second Black Panther movie, Wakanda Forever? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Alright, so if you got some enjoyment or insight out of this reaction, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe area at it to see more videos like this, as well as movie reviews. Till next time, this has been Alyssa with Mainely Movies, the way life should be.